I wanted to cover a factor here that I probably won't cover a whole lot of on this site, but I will post this also on my other YouTube channel. This is going to be talking about gaming memory. I'm doing a whole collection of memory settings and not settings of memory videos of so people are aware of all the information that is out there that is needed for memory. I've already done an installation video for a laptop, already done one for a tower. Wanted to cover a few factors that will come into play for business and home, and of course for the gamer. This is where a lot of gamers are interested in this memory, is how fast the memory will run. The faster the memory run is the better refresh rates, the better pixel rates when they're doing gaming. That is kind of an area I wanted to stay away from, but problem is when you deal with business, some businesses do need that performance boost. Some things of web animation, design, a lot of other factors may need to implement some of these factors. Main thing with a lot of gaming is you're not going to use an off-the-shelf kind of a computer. You can, but you're going to be limited to your video cards and other things, mainly due to your power supply. Now, one of the factors is if you bought something like this, the form factor is interchangeable with another case. So if you have something like this or a medium tower style, standard style, you can actually take parts out of this, put it in a case, put a new power supply in, and then add a nice video card or nice memory or whatever you need to do. A lot of what I see online, there's everybody else that's doing this, so I'm not going to get into benchmarks and all of this. Head on over to some of those others. I have favorites on my page of a couple that have some good information on this kind of stuff. What I'm going to specify on is you can do gaming on a high-end, i7, i9 kind of computer. I will go into a lot more details of memory stuff. I will be doing another video of memory secrets, basically what that actually means. It's more than just a simple of, oh, this is a 4 gig or 8 gig stick. This actually has the speeds of the memory, has a lot of other factors on here, written on here. I will have to do a full research diagram to post with this so that people can reference it. Especially when you get into business and gaming. Home use, you may want to upgrade your speed, but you're not going to look at overclocking. You're not going to look at any massive boost in performance. Because one of the factors that is out there is if you buy something like this, a lot of these boards support multiple memories. You want to look online, you want to do your homework, and find out what's compatible with this computer. Because it may be running 1333 memory. Is that good? Or is that bad? That computer might actually support 4000 bus or 5000 bus, 6000 bus. But the manufacturer put 1333 in there because they were $20 a stick instead of $80 or $90 a stick. So that's one of the factors you want to look at, especially if you get into gaming and a higher end business performance. Not everything you want to do would be to upgrade the speeds, but let's say you have, I put out an example where you had a computer that went from receptionist that's now being used as your marketing department. It's a little slow, but you might have all the bells and whistles you think in here. You have an i7, 7th gen, but it's running somewhat slow. So you think, okay, I'll put a solid state hard drive in there, mirror everything over. Well, it's still running a little slow. As I mentioned in my memory video, most of your issues will most likely be, ta-da, your memory. There's a lot of variables to this. On that video, I also mentioned if you don't get this when you get the computer, it can be almost impossible to find a matching. A lot of people probably will watch that and go, oh, he's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. It's easy to find memory. No. Matching. Yeah, you can go on there and buy all new memory, because odds are that's what you're going to have to do. So when you get into gaming and high-end business, this is one of the key factors. Remember, I've had a lot of people that over the years that I've dealt with that, oh, well, I upgraded my CPU and I upgraded this and I upgraded that. How about that? What's that motherboard support? If you're running 1333 memory and you find out you can run something faster on that computer, well, why would you go out and buy another 1333 memory stick to put in there? You might be running single channel, want to run dual channel. You might have 4 slots of memory available and you're running single channel. Do you go out and buy 3 more 1333 memory speed, or do you go out and buy the 14,000 memory speed that motherboard may support? Now I say may. This is informational. I can't guarantee what this motherboard will support or what your motherboard will support. That's where you do your homework. Go to the manufacturer site. Find out. Find out what's compatible. I can almost guarantee that you'll go on there and find other memory that computer supports. I've seen where you get a computer, maybe refurbished, whatever, you open it up, go to look at the memory to see, oh, there's 2 slots in here, it's running single channel, and I have 2 memory sticks in here. And you go to look at it and it's some weird Chinese off-brand memory. I've run into this problem already with one computer. Take the memory out, put it in to run dual channel, it won't run dual channel. It crashes, and crashes. I can run single channel on either channel, but that memory, because it's just a cheap memory that they put in there, will not run dual channel. I'm sure if I do the research that memory probably is not fully compatible with that unit, but I'm sure when they did the work, they go, oh, this will work, they put it in there. You want to make sure it's fully compatible with your computer, especially when you get into gaming or high performance, especially if you're going to do something like overclocking. You're going to need a motherboard, CPU, memory, everything that is unlocked or overclockable. That is one of the main factors when you get into heavy gaming and heavy stuff. But I've never been into that kind of heavy gaming to want to overclock everything. Most of the time, if I'm doing some gaming, I'm just doing it for fun. Um, I'm not that much into it has to be 8K, it has to be 4K. I'm just gaming to play games. If you're someone like that, then this may help you because you may go on there and find that, hey, they gave me like the slowest memory that they possibly can. I know if you go to some of those custom manufacturers' links where you can customize your computer, look at the memory options. A lot of them will give you a memory upgrade choice. Not just 4 gigs, 8 gigs, 16 gigs. It'll actually talk about speeds. That is another factor that you may need to look at. When you look at gaming motherboards, that is one of the factors, is the speed of memory and overclockable. The only reason I'm really covering a lot of this is there may be some business users that really just want to push the envelope. They need to get more. They need more. And that's because you're doing a lot of animation, a lot of video, a lot of other things that you might need to push the envelope a little bit more to get that performance factor. But as for a basic home user, basic business user, I don't think you really need to overclock, because then you get into the unstable conditions of your hardware. If you overclock it too much, give it too much voltage, it crashes, it dumps on you, it does a lot of things that you don't want if you're doing that as a business. But once you get those settings set, you can go online too, and a lot of people will help you. They have the information out there on what settings they've used and all that type of stuff that can help you. So it's not something impossible. It's not something that you can't do, even in a business. You can do it. But as for gaming and high-end businesses, overclocking, wanted to cover a little bit of this because it is part of memory. As you go out and you're working on stuff, someone may bring up, well, I'm doing this to my computer, or I'm overclocking, or I'm doing this. This is another reason why I'm doing this, so that you're aware of when somebody's saying something, or you're doing your homework and they're talking about this. This isn't really what you're looking for. They may be able to show you the inside of your computer. They may be able to reference a lot of things to the same thing you have, but I want you to understand this is a different setup than what you're doing. Of course, you can copy it and do it at home and do your banking and do everything else on it that you want to. It's not, you cannot do this to do it at home. So that's another factor why I'm covering this, because it's not a do not do this. You can do this. But I just wanted to do a quick little video on this because it's a subject that's out there. I'm going to be doing lots and lots of videos on memory. I don't want to leave something out that you may need to know. You may run across in a business. Maybe you're expanding. There's information out there now for you, and there's others out there that have information. So as you follow me, I want to make sure I'm covering every possible subject for you. I don't want to leave something out. Leave comments down below. I'll read them. I'll comment. Most likely I'll do a video. I'll cover that. Because if you may need to know, there may be 100 or 1,000 other people out there that may need to know this information. Like they've always told me in all my schooling, there's no stupid question, there's no dumb questions, there's no... I'm not going to get upset at anybody for asking a question, because obviously if you have that question, you need the answer. It may be as simple as a misunderstanding, misinterpretation. There is a lot of misinterpretations out there. That's why I'm covering this little bit on gaming. But I wanted to point out this information again. This is critical information. I know a lot of people that I've dealt with, when they've bought computers and they've decided to add more memory, we have put faster memory in the computer. Because those two factors I brought up. Can you possibly find what you already have? That is always the hard part. So it's leading me back to this video of gaming, high performance. I will try to do another video on the memory, trying to describe exactly how it's written and what each thing means. But you have the basics on there, your memory size, your speed, and a lot of times there's other numbers after that. I will have to make a sheet, a diagram, so that way I can show it, so everybody can view it, so that, because it can get a little complicated, but all of those are very key important things to a computer and the motherboard. If you don't follow best standard practices when you're dealing with memory and overclocking and all of that type of things, you will get your ghost in the machines. Like I mentioned, crashing and other things. Those are all considered ghost in the machines, because you boot up that computer, you look at your BIOS says it's fine, you load Windows, loads in there, everything's working fine. All of a sudden you open a program and why? This is part of the factors why I always refer back to memory. That's one of the key reasons why I don't really recommend overclocking, but you can. You may need it for a business environment. Again, I know I'm going over a lot of this, but this is the key factors I want to bring in to this video. I can't think of anything else I really needed to cover, so I think I'm going to end it. Again, hit the subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let's see, hit the bell so that you get the future updates, postings, everything that I've got, because there's lots and lots of videos coming out. And thank you for watching.